Well, good afternoon and welcome. What's the word? Do you know the word? I know the word. I hope you know the word. I told you the word the other day, but if you weren't here, you don't know the word. But the word is beyond. And we're going to get beyond the word beyond today and see what's beyond the word beyond. But I just want to share with you a few minutes, just the invitation that I want to make to you to have an epic life, a life of experience, a life that you participate in, a life that is imaginative, a life where you create something out of your own spirit, out of your own heart, out of your own mind. That's really what we're here for. And I'm excited to just share clues that I'm learning and that I can share with you about where we are and where we're going and what's possible to us here at Epic. But back to the word for today, beyond. I talked to you the other day about that word and how it meant to just, I think when I hear the word, I think I want to go over yonder. In other words, it's beyond where I am right now. It's further than where I am right now. It's where I haven't been yet. I want to go to. That's beyond. But where are you today? And I have to ask myself this question every day. Where am I in relationship to the ideal life that I want to live, the ideal life that I want to experience, the ideal life that I want to present to the world? Where am I in that process? Where am I in those goals and those dreams and those desires? And I have to ask myself, and I want to ask you this question. This is an important question for all of us. Is your ideal life rooted in the reality of what is or the potential of what can be? That's a great question. You might want to write that question down and put it on your mirror. Is my ideal life, is it defined by what I've already experienced, or is it defined by something I haven't yet experienced? What can I do to go beyond where I am toward my ideal life? I want to be your spirit-centered coach in this, because I think that I know that we're all spiritual beings. We are a spirit. We're created in the image of God, and God is a spirit, Jesus Christ said. And that those who come to him must do so, or, associate with him, partner with him, do so in spirit according to truth. That's a great, great invitation to all of us, isn't it? I want to be your spirit-centered coach in this and motivate you toward an over yonder life. I've always loved the Air Force hymn, or whatever they call it, the theme song of the Air Force, because off we go into the wild blue yonder. Dun, 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 dun. I printed out the lyrics and forgot to bring them to this video today. I was going to tell you what the lyrics were. And part of those lyrics talk about how could God put these kind of dreams in people's hearts to go beyond where they had ever gone before, to think about flying. I want to think about the Wright brothers for a moment. Could those two North Carolinians on the coast of the Atlantic Ocean in North Carolina, could they have ever imagined a 2-story Airbus that flew 500 or 600 people at a time through the air? I don't think they could have ever imagined that. I think it was beyond them. But it wasn't beyond them to think we can fly. We can do something to overcome and work with the law of gravity to elevate ourselves off the ground. And it was phenomenal what they did. But if they hadn't gone beyond their reality, we wouldn't be flying today. Well, maybe somebody would have come up in the meantime, but we wouldn't have been flying as the recipients of their ingenuity today. I want to make sure that you are rooted not just in your what has been, but your what can be. That's what we're here for. And I believe that's what God is here for. And I was listening to Brendan Burchard the other day, and Brendan asked this super question. He said, I'm a person of faith. And Brendan coaches executives and high movers and shakers all over the world. And he says, when we, at the end of our life, stand before God, if you believe in God, and we stand before God, and we are asked, what did you do with the dreams I put in your heart? What are we going to say? Because we all have dreams. Every one of us have had dreams. We have dreams. We will have dreams. They're just all there. The psalmist said this in one of his songs for the Jewish hymn book. He said this in Psalm 37:4. He said, delight yourself in the Lord, and he will give you the desires of your heart. Now, that scripture doesn't say he's going to fulfill all the desires you have. No, it says get into a relationship of joy and understanding and peacefulness and goodness with God, and God will plant dreams in your heart. God will plant desires in your heart. And a desire can be a positive or it can be a negative. As a matter of fact, the Bible is full of scriptures that talk about anti-human desires, anti-God desires, desires that go the other way, desires that don't take you down the right path, but take you down the wrong path. As a matter of fact, James, the brother of Jesus, he says we're tempted toward these desires when we're drawn away into something that we just want to consume. The word he uses is a word lust, which we usually associate with sexuality, but it's not just a sexuality. It's not just a sexual term. It's a term where somebody wants to control and consume something. And when we have desires to control and consume, that's a desire that eats something up. That's a desire that doesn't go anywhere. It's a desire that doesn't lift ourselves or other people whatsoever. But Jesus came along. On the other hand, desires aren't bad, because he said this. He says, if you live with me and what I instruct you lives in you, you can ask whatever you want according to those dreams and desires, and I will give you whatever you desire. The Father will give you whatever you desire. What an astounding promise. But to build an enriched and enriching life, which I want to coach you in, we have to start with desire. To go beyond starts with desire. Now, if you don't already desire it, desire desires, and then let God move with you. But I've got this download sheet for you to download, and I'd love for you to download it right now and just keep it somewhere where you can see it. And it's 6 practical steps of how to begin to focus yourself on the desires of your heart. 6 practical steps. Determine what you want. Decide what you'll give up in return for that. Establish a date that you're going to realize that dream or the desire for. Create a plan to profit from that desire and for that desire to give profitability to other people. Put those ideas, everything that we've talked to up till that point, those first 4 things, into a statement of desire, and then read this statement to yourself twice a day to root it in your psyche, to root it in your soul. And that is how, my friend, to live an epic life. I'm Phil Underwood, and I'm glad that you're here with me today, going beyond. See you soon. Bye-bye.